Hey guys, so I know this is a little bit awkward. I've got two big turbo B58 builds with port injection, and I went through all of that work just to switch back to a DI only setup. You might be wondering why, and I've got a couple of reasons. One is I just like doing stuff, but no, in all seriousness, if you guys remember, I got the 340i specifically as my quote unquote R&D vehicle so I could test stuff, try different things, and of course make content for the channel. And so I never really gave DI only a chance on that car. I upgraded to a TU pump and then immediately added port injection afterwards. So we're going to go back to the basics. We're going to test out the newest DI only setup that's coming from Nostrum Performance and Precision Raceworks. They've got this really cool combo package that I think will allow me to hit my goals with a much more simple setup. So I'll have links in the video description to everything that I will be using. Keep in mind, some of this stuff isn't fully out yet, but if you guys stick around for future videos, I'll be posting DIYs, data logs, draggy numbers, dyno numbers, all of that good stuff so you can get an idea of exactly what this setup is capable of. So let's go ahead and hop over to see what I got.
Now, as always, for everybody that's new to the channel, I create these videos to help keep you updated on the latest developments in our community, as well as discuss technical topics so that we have a better understanding of how our engines work. So if you're interested in more videos like that, be sure to subscribe because there will be a lot more coming out in the future.
So if you guys are like me, you're probably thinking, all right, stage 2 high pressure fuel pump. I kind of already know what this looks like and how it works. We've seen a bunch of them by now, but look at this. Surprise. I know you're surprised because I was surprised. I did not expect it to look like that. But yes, we've got a brand new design high pressure fuel pump coming to the market for the B58. So this is genuinely, I think, the first big upgrade I've seen as far as DI only setups in the past several years, because now we've got a completely new design. And the biggest thing here is it brings a better value. So that comes in a couple different ways. One is it definitely flows more than stock, obviously, but this one is rated to flow up to 70% more flow than the stock high pressure fuel pump. And on a Gen 1 B58, you can make just over 400 wheel horsepower without too much work. So that gives you an idea of how much power this high pressure fuel pump should be capable of. Now, if you look at the top, you can see the etching. It's made in partnership with Precision Raceworks, so it has their logo on top as well. And the cool thing is this is a pump that's going to flow more than even the upgraded high pressure fuel pumps they've had for sale. So their big bore pump, the kind of Stanodyne style stage 2 pump that they've been selling for a while, worked great, but this is going to flow even more than that pump. And it comes in at a cheaper price. So again, stick around for more. We'll be testing that out. But the big thing here is using this new style pump. It comes in a package that is much more cost effective and it flows more fuel. So it's a win-win all around. Now, to answer some of the more common questions, yes, of course, it is E85 compatible. So all of the internals and everything are designed for E85. It also comes with its own plug and play fuel setup. So it has a low pressure feed line that you can install and replaces the stock line. And it also comes with a high pressure hard line that replaces the stock line. So this is going to be a completely reversible setup, installs very similar to what we're used to with current high pressure fuel pumps on the market. It comes with its own adapter plate as well as all the extra hardware that you need to install it. The only thing that you need to buy are kind of the one-time use things, so like gaskets and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's completely plug and play, no making new lines, no bending lines or anything. It will install and remove and return to a completely stock setup without any problems. Now, this does require a custom calibration in order for it to work. So they can provide that data to your tuner and build it into your custom tune. At this time, I don't know if there will be a drop-down box for using this setup, but I highly suggest getting a custom tune for it anyway. If you're going to be pairing it with an upgraded turbo, you should be getting a custom tune regardless. So we'll see, potentially, MHD, boot mode, and those guys might add it as a checkbox option in the tune. But for now, you will need to work with your tuner to get all of the information you need for the custom calibration to be built into a custom tune for this to work properly. Also, some nice little details. So this does come with full color instructions. So I will be posting a DIY, but you don't have to rely on my boring monotone voice walking you through the process. It'll come with a guide that you can go through step by step to make sure that you're installing it the exact way they want you to. And all of these pumps are serialized, so you'll see a bunch of numbers on top, and these serial numbers will allow you to know exactly which pump it is, when it was made. They can check the batch history, the quality records, all of that. So if you ever need warranty work or have any questions, they can literally identify exactly when it was made and how it performed when it left their shop. So this isn't just an off-the-shelf part that's being punched out. This is something that they include in their manufacturing process with traceability, so they can follow it through and know exactly how it works before it leaves their quality control check. Now, one last thing I do want to highlight is it does support higher pressures than stock, but as a reminder, this is not designed to run at a higher pressure. Typically, that's not what you want. You can do that if you need to reduce the duty cycle on your injectors, but the high pressure fuel pump does become less efficient as you push it into higher pressures. So really what you want to do is to keep it around the normal stock target to get the most efficiency out of the high pressure fuel pump. It just flows more at that same pressure. I know a lot of people get confused. They think that if you want a better pump, it needs to be at a higher pressure, but that's not necessarily the case. It can flow more than stock even at the factory 200 bar setting. Now, a DI only setup wouldn't be complete without some upgraded injectors as well. So we're going to be installing the Nostrum Gen 1 Stage 2 injectors on my 340i. Now, these have a lot of the same benefits, so of course it flows more than stock. It's rated at over 60% more flow, which the stock injectors can flow over 600 wheel horsepower, so you can imagine these flow a crazy amount of fuel, probably more than enough to max out any or all turbos that most people are running. And it is also E85 compatible. So again, you don't have to run race gas or anything to get the most out of this setup. You can run it with E85. All of the seals and internals and everything are designed to handle it, and that'll give you the octane you need to reach your goals. Now, this does come with an 8-hole spray pattern, so it actually has more holes than the stock injectors. It's not the exact same spray pattern, but this was designed specifically because they don't just want more flow, but they want good driving characteristics as well. So you really need to optimize the spray pattern to make sure you have a good idle, good cruising, low load and high load both need to work similar to stock. And this is the injector that's going to help us maintain that quality of driving. So has a slightly different spray pattern. It's not like others that might just say they maintain the stock spray pattern. This one is optimized so that it can flow more fuel but still have good driving characteristics. Also, they make sure that injectors are batched together based on their flow rate. So you're going to have a static test and a dynamic test that they're doing, and then they group them together so that you have similar flow across all 6 injectors. So this will avoid issues where you have one injector that flows significantly more or less than the others, because that can, of course, affect your fueling, affect your AFRs, and all of those things that can cause problems with drivability as well as reliability. So this way, you're going to have the most consistent 6 injectors all paired together, and when you install it, you'll get a nice even flow across all 6 cylinders. Now again, even though this does install in the factory location and is basically a plug and play looking setup, it does require custom calibration. So again, if you're going to be upgrading your injectors, work with your tuner to get those settings from Nostrum so that that can be baked into your custom tune. And otherwise it just installs like the stock injectors. So when you install it or remove it, it looks like stock. You can switch back to stock injectors at any time. No actual permanent modification or anything is required in order to install this setup. And again, it comes with the same details that we expect from Nostrum. So it comes with full page instructions so that you can install this yourself, and all of the injectors are serialized so that they can follow that through their quality control and give you any data you need to check on them if you have any issues. Now, one thing I'm not going to be doing is an upgraded exhaust cam. So a lot of people have seen the kits out there where you get an exhaust cam that has a bigger high pressure fuel pump lobe, and that increases the stroke on the high pressure fuel pump piston, which further increases how much fuel it can flow. Now, even though my car does have the Kelford Stage 1 cams, the high pressure fuel pump lobe on those cams are the same as stock. So it's not going to flow any more fuel than it would out of the box if you were to install it on a completely stock car. So all of the testing that I'm going to do is going to represent just slapping this on your car with, your upgraded turbo and everything else, and we'll see how much it flows. But yeah, overall, I'm super excited to try this setup. It's really nice to see things still being innovated on our platform. A brand new design, brand new form factor for a high pressure fuel pump upgrade, and I expect that we're going to be seeing a lot more from this in the future. So again, stick around and stay tuned. I'll be posting my installation videos for the pump and the injectors, as well as doing all of the testing with my upgraded turbo to see how much fuel we can flow. I really want to see how much we can make on full E85 without any mixing or anything, just to see how much power the car can make on a relatively simple setup. I'm curious, what do you guys think? How much power are we going to make? Keep in mind, stock engine, stock transmission, it's going to stay that way. So we don't want to push anything to the limits, but I think we're going to make some healthy numbers with this new setup. So again, thank you guys for your support. This kind of stuff wouldn't be possible without you guys watching. And I think that's it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below.